everyone, and welcome back to Biteable, the bite-sized podcast for your brain. My name's Sierra, and this is our second episode. Today's topic is going to be about motivation. So I did have a bit of trouble deciding what I wanted this episode to be about. There's plenty of things I want to talk about, but I was having trouble figuring out exactly what. So I decided to talk about motivation itself. And what motivates us, what drives us to do anything as small as, drinking a glass of water, to running a marathon, to getting a PhD. Why do we do it? And I thought it was really interesting determining what things motivate me and those around me, like my friends and my family. And I've always found it very interesting to see the things that make us take action, that push us to the point, whether it's, a really big push to finally start working out, or a small push to, drink a glass of water, since that can be really hard sometimes, water. So when I was looking into the idea of motivation itself, the Webster or Oxford Language Dictionary definition is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Escape can be a strong motivation for travel. If you're cooped up, we all kind of feel that. It's COVID. I'm sure all of us will be motivated to actually save up and go somewhere when we're actually able to. But behind that, it's not just singular things that motivate us, whether it's to be in shape or to, show the world how smart we are, or, feel satisfied in some other way. Looking into the idea of motivation and the theories behind it, there's a few, which I didn't know until I actually did this research, and it's kind of interesting, and so I wanted to talk about it. So the first one is drive theory. According to the drive theory of motivation, people are motivated to take certain actions in order to reduce the internal tension that is caused by unmet needs. So for example, an unmet need would be, you are thirsty. Go get a drink of water. It's a small piece of motivation, but it is essential nonetheless. So your body motivates you to go and do that. Another one is arousal theory. So that suggests that people take certain actions in order to decrease or increase their levels of arousal. I'm sure many people, can say that they wanted to look better for the opposite sex, and so they work out. That's definitely a thing. I know I have. Got to get in shape, look good, summer bod, right? Another one is incentive theory, which suggests that people motivate you people are motivated because of external rewards. So, for example, when you, losing weight is probably the easiest example that I can think of. But say, you want to lose 20 pounds, and your motivation is, okay, if I lose 5 pounds, I get this reward. If I lose 10 pounds, I get that reward. And then finally, when I lose that full amount, I get a really big reward. For some people that works, for some it doesn't. It depends on, what does motivate you, what doesn't. And I think it's interesting having these different kinds of pushing forces for what gets you to actually do something, whether it's an external reward, or the idea that you can do something because you're aroused, or you have the drive because of an unmet need. It's quite interesting to think about. There's actually a couple more. There's also the Humanistic Theory, which is based on the idea that people have strong cognitive reasons to perform various actions. Oh, that is a mouthful. Okay. So that one is that essentially people are motivated to fulfill basic needs before moving on to other more advanced ones. So, you know, meeting the needs of your body first and foremost, when you're hungry, when you're tired, when you're thirsty, that kind of stuff. Meeting that bare minimum to be able to then go and fulfill other needs. For example, having a bigger house, a car to get you places, feeling safe or loved or recognized at work. If you're not fulfilling your basic needs, such as food, water, shelter, then you're not able to fulfill the more advanced ones, which is, recognition, intellectual pursuits, physical pursuits. If you are not eating and taking care of yourself very well, you're not going to have the strength and the energy to then go and work out and be in better shape or go to school and learn. So you kind of have to do it sequentially and prioritize those basic things and then move on to the more advanced ones, which I think that makes the most sense, to be honest. Just because we see it every day in that, I get hungry, I am thirsty, I am tired, I need to do all of those at the bare minimum to be able to continue living. And without doing that, I will not have the ability to go to work and advance my career, go to school, learn more, be able to, contribute to society, make money, have a better house, that kind of stuff. So I feel like understanding what motivates you and how you prioritize things is a great way to start in understanding how you can get better at something and how you can essentially push yourself to achieve more. Because once you understand what it is that drives you, motivates you, that's when you can then decide, okay, well, I would really like to get this job. So I need to find out why I want that job. What is motivating me to get that job? Is it just the money? Is it the recognition because it's a really hard field to get into? Is it money? Oh wait, I already said that. Sorry. Is it just a passion for the work itself? If you are an amazing artist and you really want to get into drawing anime, for example, it can either be maybe you want to work for a very specific studio and they have it's really hard to get a job there. So you have to work on, your skills and making sure that you're doing everything that you can so that you put yourself in a strategic position to, when they're hiring, get your foot in that door. So in that case, your motivation is to be hired at this specific company because of their name. And everything you're doing is being based off of that. So it's really interesting to even look at my, know this and understand what motivates me and realize what I want to do with my life, which we've all been in that position where you're not really motivated, don't really know what you want to do. Everything kind of yeah, that looks great. But you're not really excited. And, I'm curious to hear what my listeners are excited about and what motivates them, how like they get into that mindset of I'm going to do this. I have, gone back to school a few times. Once I graduated high school, I did a pre-business program while I waited for the chef school program that I wanted to open. It was between seasons for them. So I did the pre-business program in the 8 months that I had to wait. And then I finished that, went to chef school, loved that for a few years, and then realized, okay, as much as I love this, I can't really pay my bills. And then my new motivation became, what is a job or field that I can get into that will pay me enough without me having to go back to school for 4 years, because I just didn't want to do that at the time. And it ended up being my mom suggested law clerk or paralegal. And I was like, okay, I've never really thought about law as a profession, but let me look into that. And law clerk, you go to school. I did an accelerated program and I graduated in, I think it was 16 or 18 months, and became a law clerk right off the bat. And I was making substantially more money than I was as a chef. And I wasn't also running around and on my feet and, working 14-hour days, which was great. But after doing it for a few years now, my motivation for the profession has definitely declined. And so now I'm in that position again where I think about what skills do I have to bring to the table for a new career? How can I make a transition to something that I enjoy more? Because now my motivation for the legal field isn't as high, and I want to find something that makes me happy to do. So my motivation has shifted from, I guess, passion of the culinary world into monetary amount, making money as a law clerk. And now it's shifted again into something that I can do and be happy with. And those are, understanding my own motivations and why I'm being driven from one field to another or one profession to another essentially is interesting to think about, because now it gives me a different perspective of, okay, I would if I'm looking at something that makes me happy and that's my priority over how much I make or what the job actually is, then I have to figure out, okay, what is it that I do in my current job that I find enjoyment from? And how can I turn that into a new career? So not just to ramble on about my own motivations, but I'd be interested to know what motivates you guys. What makes you get up and go for that run, or say no to a second piece of cake, because you have to have at least one piece of cake. Please feel free to comment for sure on the videos, and subscribe. Make sure you follow. I would like to hear from you guys. Also, send me your answers through email. The email is biteable.to@gmail.com. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's biteable.to. And on YouTube, it is Biteable Podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And I look forward to the next one. Have a good one. Bye.